I want to talk about the 70-point game that you had. That was in your second year, correct?
I lost, though.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
We'll get to that. This was, by the way, you scored 70, and this was before everybody could score 70 in the NBA. Now it's just a normal thing.
That's what I said. I said that at All-Star interview. I was like, man, everybody's doing it.
Everybody's doing it now.
I had it for like 4 years.
I actually would love for you to just like take me through that fourth quarter, and you guys are trying to come back, and just like what's going through your mind. You had to have known at some point, like, oh, I got 50, I got 60.
No, I knew 55, and then I knew at the free throw line I was going to get 70. Tyson let me know I'm on 55. I hit like a step back in front of our bench. He's like, double nickel. He just yelled that shit. And then going to the free throw line, just gave it a quick look up. But
So once you hit 55, did you start like the counter in your head?
Yeah, just
then it's like, all right,
70.
I got 60. All right, I got 70.
Yeah. No, seriously. I couldn't even like tell you the plays of what happened. I mean, I've watched it a couple times, but
I've had a couple elite players say to me, I'm actually surprised at how easy it was to score in the NBA. Did you feel that early in your career?
Yeah. I mean, it's just the spacing. I think coming from college where there's always somebody there in the paint. There's always a 7-footer in the paint. And that makes it tough to score. I think the defense of 3 seconds helps out the spacing. The paint's obviously bigger. And like I said, I was training for this over a college-type game all in the first place. Playing space basketball, playing pick-and-roll basketball.
This is a perfect segue. I do want to talk about college basketball real quick. Here's my issue with college basketball. My issue with college basketball, and again, I don't watch a ton of it. When I do watch it, I can enjoy it as like a casual fan. It's a lot of fluff. I call it fluff. It's a lot of fluff actions to get to the actual action you want. That just doesn't happen in the NBA.
30 seconds. We got 30 seconds on the clock.
Why? I just don't understand why you just don't run a pick and roll. You know what I mean? It's like we want this guy to run a pick and roll. Let's run 3 dribble handoffs.
Oh, they do it on their last seconds of their tournament games when they're down 5 or 10. Yeah. And they hit 3 quick threes.
But I think that's what makes the NBA so good. It's literally, and parents may get mad at me, like, because like when I coach these kids, I'm like, I don't want to connect 7 dots at 9 and 10 years old. The more dots I try to connect, the more likely it is a turnover. Mm-hmm. I'm going to run an action with 2 players that I think will result in a good outcome. Because the NBA is like, the NBA is so simple to me. It's like, can you put 2 on the ball? Can you put 2 on the ball? And the reason I bring all this up is because of the fourth quarter and why does the game slow down so much? Why do you think it is? Why do teams play a certain way for 3 quarters?
I feel like that's our problem right now. You asked about the fourth quarter earlier. I don't know. I think you just feel like you have to value the possession more down the stretch, and you start overthinking when sometimes and usually the best available shot is the first or second one.
Do you think that we, meaning like the NBA, I'll still
them ones we
no. It's
the same we.
Don't put me in that group. Don't put me in that group. Do you think we, meaning like today's NBA? I'm going to throw myself in that group because I still feel part of it. Do you think we, particularly in the fourth quarter, spend too much time trying to find a matchup instead of just playing? I think some of the slowdown for pace, particularly with certain teams,
trying to get a matchup,
just like it's all about trying to get a matchup, and it's fine. And there's a number of ways. You might hedge once and then switch the second one, right?
Yeah.
You see this all the time where the worst defender will just take the lowest guy on offense and they'll try to bring him up and then they're point switching.
So our team runs zone.
Yeah.
Put him down there.
And all of a sudden, like, you get down to 5 or 6 seconds on the shot clock, and then it becomes about, can Devin Booker score one-on-one? Can Kevin Durant score one-on-one? Can Tatum score one-on-one? You're living it right now.
Mm-hmm.
I felt this at times on certain teams as a player. It's like, is that the best option? I don't know. It feels like basketball to me is like, if I'm on the Phoenix Suns
Mm-hmm.
I'm just using your team, by the way. This is not a knock on any coach, because most of the league does this. And it's the prevailing thought right now. We got to exploit mismatches. If I go play a pickup game with your starting 5 and I have 20 possessions, I'm pretty sure Kevin Durant and Devin Booker are going to shoot the most shots. And I'm pretty sure at times there's going to be 2 on the ball, and Kevin Durant and Devin Booker are going to make the right decision. Why do we need to spend 19 seconds trying to matchup hunt? It's a question. I'm just asking.
I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure it out.
You agree with me on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it has to be control. It has to be controlled, though. I mean,
Yes.
teams
Okay,
are making rotations now too. Like, there's a form of great team defense too, where you can put 2 on the ball and you don't have to give up an open shot.
Who do you think does that well?
I don't want to give these guys no good energy before the playoffs. They're all right.
Did you expect the reaction to the team photo of you holding 70 point on a sheet? Did you expect the reaction? There was a little bit of like, I mean, Jay Crowder, who ended up being your teammate, even made a comment, but there was a little bit like, you guys lost the game.
Yeah. I mean, I was 20 years old.
I know.
What?
It was a great accomplishment.
I was celebrating. That's the thing. Like, I've always taken social media too and been able to just digest it and, see it for what it is and have fun with it. So when the first thing I seen was Jay Crowder's comment under it. It's like, all them smiles, they still took a L. And I just gave him a lot of buckets. So I was like, you can't guard me though. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just, it's friendly banter. And I've been able to put that moment into perspective. And, it's just a great feature in my career, for a season that we didn't have much going. It gave me a lot of promise going into the next season. So it was impactful for me.
I have a confession to make. I had a similar feeling as Jay Crowder. Now, I didn't get on Instagram or Twitter and tweet that out. At the time, that's how I felt.
Mm-hmm.
I was in it. I've matured. I also think it was a great accomplishment, and it should be celebrated. I think it should be celebrated. I think we live in a world right now where it's like, unless you get a ring, it's like we can't celebrate greatness. Why can't we just celebrate greatness? Why can't we just be happy watching someone score 70 points in an NBA game?
It doesn't sell. You need controversy. You need some hate going on.